speaking of movies, we should get to our first guest. He attended high school at Bloom Trail High in Chicago Heights, but the Midwest couldn't hold him for long. Take a look. Cory Hardrict went from the south side of Chicago to the bright lights of Hollywood, landing early acting roles in movies like Never Been Kissed and TV shows like Heroes. He went on to star in the movie Gran Torino, Battle Los Angeles, and last year's Oscar-nominated film, American Sniper. His new movie, Brotherly Love, which co-stars Keke Palmer, hits theaters on April 24th.
Let me tell you something about my brother. He'll do anything for you. But as soon as you piss him off, you got a big problem.
Look, I don't care. Whatever y'all had is over.
You need to go.
Please welcome Cory Hardrict. Yeah, you got it. How you doing? How are you? Thank you for having me. What's up? How you doing? Good to here. We should say welcome home. It's got to feel good to be back home.
Man, it feels good to be back. I need some pizza, man.
There's something else you like, and I'm not going to say what, but I'll give it to you at the end of the segment that will remind you of home. But did you hear I was saying, I'm from the south suburbs, too. That's where I live. So, Chicago
I'm
Heights.
from Chicago Heights. Born at St. James Hospital. Yeah. There you go. Yeah.
You got Chicago Heights, you got Dalton right here.
Oh, my God.
Orange High right
Oh, man.
There you go. Represent.
The first thing I said to him when I walked in the green room, I'm like, nice haircut.
Yes.
You had to come home and get you a Chicago
I got
haircut.
one, yeah. He put the sponge in it and everything, man.
Okay, will you explain to people, because I just saw that in the barbershop when I took my son, but it's a method they do, right?
Yeah, it's just like they put a sponge in the top and like after it's cut and they like move it around a lot. And it gives you that natural, yeah. It don't give you that that wet soul glow coming to America.
That is the funniest movie, though. When they get up from the couch, it's like the best.
You get up, got the stain in the back.
So tell us about when did you find your love for acting? How did this happen?
Wow, it happened. My mom, and it was like over 20 years ago. She took me to an audition for Oprah Winfrey. There Are No Children Here, shot here in Chicago, just to be an extra, just to be background. And I waited in line like with 1,000 kids, and I didn't want to go. You know what I'm saying? She like made me go. I was gonna get a whooping, man. And because I was always like the shy kid, you know what I'm saying? I was just so reserved and laid back. But I went and I waited in line. They picked me, so I worked on it for like a couple months, just to stand in the street and walk from A to B.
That's it.
And I was like Oprah all over there. I was just like so starstruck. But I was like, after that, I want to do this. So.
And then did you do high school plays too?
I did one, and I played a slave. It didn't work out well for me.
No. That didn't do it. That didn't turn you on at all.
They want me to run across the stage and like limp, like my leg got cut off. And I got a good reaction out of that. Yeah.
I was doing some research.
There's a picture. We contacted your high school and they sent us a picture here.
Oh my gosh.
That's you. Look at that yellow suit. You were doing it.
That was cross color right there. Yeah.
Cross color. Yeah.
Wow.
So Bloom Trail High School, and then we hear that you went to L.A. and you had like $75 in your pocket. That's it.
I went to Inglewood, and I slept on floors and just.
But did you know people there?
Nah, I didn't. I didn't know anybody. So it was just kind of like I was fresh out there and just had to, survive.
And you were 17 years old?
Wow, no, I was older than that.
You were older than that, okay.
Yeah, early 20s.
But it was your mom's belief in you that propelled you to go ahead and take that leap of faith and move out there.
Well, yeah, my mom, she passed. So what happened was, I was by her side, when she was going through battling leukemia. Yeah. And she, we had a bond, and she always wanted me to go to California. And when she passed, I was just like, I'm going to fulfill her promise and I'm going to move. So that's where I got the strength from, because I didn't have it, but that gave me strength.
She had a lot of strength because she's a single mom raising
Yes. So, yeah.
Now, how long were you struggling as a wannabe actor at the time before you actually landed something and said, hey, I can stay here?
Wow, what's so crazy?
Ryan's right, sorry, but as you guys well know, 99 out of 100 kids who do what you do end up coming back from California with a story to tell. I tried to make it an actor, so the fact that you made it.
But I was so determined. I was just like, I'm not leaving until I get what I came for, you know? So I had visions of like winning an Oscar one day. At that time, it was just like, people were like, get out of here, you know? But, you know, I've worked with a lot of Oscar Award winners, and I've been in good company.
Clint Eastwood.
You've been helping this kid Clint Eastwood along. You've got up-and-coming director. He might make it in this business.
Right, and I feel like you say what you get. If you throw it out there to the world, it can happen, you know? So I really believe that, so I keep speaking great things.
Smart. You're
absolutely.
I believe
there are a lot of kids that want to do what you did. So how do you go from having $75 in your pocket to sleeping on the floor to getting an after card and acting? That's what I really want to know.
How do you do it? You just got to believe in yourself and have a lot of faith and determination, and don't let nobody tell you what you can't do.
Right. You went on like countless auditions, and you're like, and then for Hollywood,
for every 100 rejection, you get like one yes. You know, there might be a commercial that can pay your rent for 3 months, and that's it. And then when you play catch up and stuff, you're back on the circuit. So there's a lot of no's you don't see.
Well, the story I want to hear, because I heard you tell it on somewhere, I can't remember where, but when you met your wife, when you first saw her, you were on a bus stop?
Yeah, it's so crazy. We were doing a movie called Hollywood Horror. I don't think nobody's seen it. But
and your wife is... go ahead.
Tia and Tamara, you of course know the two sisters, and you're married to Tia.
Tia, yes.
So go ahead, tell us the story.
Yeah, we have a beautiful son, Cree. He'll be 4 in a couple months.
Oh, wow.
But this is what happened. That's my son right there with his little muscles. You see him?
See, now in 20 years we're going to bring him on the show and surprise him with that picture.
Oh yeah. He has a great personality. That'd be cool. But I met my wife. I was leaving the actual movie, and I was going home, and I was getting on the bus.
On the bus?
I was on the bus. So, you know, when it wrapped, I was leaving, and I didn't really know him that well. So they were driving by, and I did one of those, like, dang, you know, turn my head, like trying to hide.
Oh, you were hiding? You weren't trying to flirt with them?
No, I was like, I didn't want to show them I'm waiting on the bus.
And
they're probably driving a
listen, I'm in the same movie with them. They were in like a BMW. I had my bag and, you know, on some sandals, you know. I was like, so they saw me and caught me, and they were like, you know, Cory, and they reversed and asked me to get a ride, and I was like so embarrassed. I was like, no, I live in Inglewood. Don't take me home.
I went to school in Inglewood.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we're both from Southern California.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
No, but I went to Inglewood Christian School.
I lived off like Manchester, La Brea.
Right.
Honey, stop. That was my stomping ground. But go ahead.
So they pulled back and insisted I get in the car, and I was like, no, I'm okay, you know. And I was thinking they probably live in the valley. They're not driving me home where I live, and they did. So.
Right. Okay, so how did you know? Because they're twins.
Right.
So how did you know which sister to start flirting with?
I didn't. Actually, Tamara was giving me the rhythm, you know, first.
The rhythm. I like that.
She was.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
But but they're both cool, and then it's just me and Tia became really good friends first. You know?
Is Tamara shady now? No, she's not. She's married with a kid.
She's happily married. She's doing her thing, so it's all love, man.
All right,
we're gonna brotherly love in the
brotherly love. That's right. We're going to talk about that when we come back. We're also going to talk about we're going to play a little Tia and Tamara game that you don't know about. All right, Cory's sticking around. Later, Kenny Lattimore is here to perform live in studio. We'll be right back.